So what I'm hearing is our clients out there, companies could be well served by doing a better job of looking at a holistic growth from a holistic perspective. Do you see that being something that's lacking?
I think that's the segue to that third dimension of growth, which is context. I think we naturally hear the word growth, and in the business community, we think top line a lot of times. But I think the context of growth is the balance between sort of the scalability, the foundation, the strength of your foundation, because that is what gives you sort of the stability to grow at an intensity that's greater than parity. So redefining the context of what growth means to be both top line, but also your internal operations, your internal technology. I mean, that's the third conversation we're having a lot is how do we keep those imbalanced? If you grow too fast and your foundation isn't solid, you fall at some point. So
yeah, growth for growth's sake can actually be fatal, right? And ultimately you have to manage all the levers in your business, from top line growth through profitability, through managing the operating expenses to provide a structure for actually sustained growth. And we see too many people pulling levers to drive top line growth, and then they're in a position that they've actually lost their story for profitability and sustained growth, right? And so you have to be very mindful on your approach to growth across the board.
And the inverse is true too. There are companies that heavily invest in the infrastructure and the operations, and they don't have the top line going. And so again, big margin hit comes out when you build too big and too robust of a foundation.
Yeah, the amount of times you hear that, oh, we're building a pipe to handle this future flow that is never really coming, right? And so it's a case of you need to be mindful of layering on all these costs to essentially fuel growth, but then it's almost irresponsible cost management, and you really need to end up just, the business suffers through profitability loss due to these enhanced growth costs that they're building in, right? And ultimately this, again, has to be looked at in its entirety to be successful.
Right. No, that's helpful. Yeah, it is hard to grow. It's hard to grow in a sustained way because it's challenging. It's hard on our people. I think when you're trying to grow, growth requires change. Constant change is tough stuff. So no, this is helpful. And it's also helpful in the context of setting up some deeper dive discussions we have coming up in our growth series that all really flow from what the two of you have shared with us here. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. Appreciate it. And I'd like to thank all of you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you on future sessions.